there, Jody here, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here on my channel, I talk about Broadway books and television. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving a spoiler review on the latest book that I've read. So in my spoiler reviews, I go over certain things like I always do, such as what the book is about, if I've read from this author before or not, my thoughts on the book, my star rating, as well as is this a book I would recommend reading. So without any further ado, let's get on to today's spoiler free book review, and that would be for the book Home is Where the Bodies Are by Jeneva Rose. So Home is Where the Bodies Are is about siblings Beth, Michael, and Nicole. For quite some time now, their mother has been ill, but it's only Beth who their mother has to rely on for help. Their father abandoned them years ago, Michael has a busy career almost halfway across the country, and Nicole has her own personal problems and struggles to deal with. So it's been Beth, the oldest out of three, who has been by their mother's side, looking after her day in and day out since the very day that she got sick. And it's Beth who is by their mother's side when she passes. Shortly after their mother's passing, Michael and Nicole show up. As the three of them are grieving, they decide to go through the things in their mother's house and sort out what to keep and what to donate. That's when they find a box of old VHS tapes. Their mother loved to capture as many memories as possible from their lives, so they pop in a VHS tape and press play, hoping to be shown the better times of their lives. But instead of seeing those better times, they instead see their dad on screen covered in blood with their mother's voice in the background sounding panicked. Then the screen suddenly cuts out. Beth, Michael, and Nicole don't know what to think. They are all very shocked and confused by what they've just seen, and can't but wonder what were their parents involved in all those years ago. Beth, Michael, and Nicole thought they all knew their parents, but they aren't so sure now that they ever really knew them at all. This is the first book by Jeneva Rose that I've read, and I'm definitely excited to read more from this author. The next book by this author that I would want to read would either be You Shouldn't Have Come Here or The Perfect Marriage, as those are two books that I have but have not yet read. Now for my thoughts on the book. I really liked this book, and now I'll go on to talk about what I liked about it. So one of the things I liked was the writing. I really liked Jeneva Rose's writing. This is by far the most heavy and emotional thriller that I've ever read, and the writing in the book captured that heaviness, heartache, and sadness in the story so incredibly well. Another thing that I liked was the story. Like I previously said, this is by far the most heavy and emotional thriller that I've ever read. It's definitely a story that after reading it is one that you won't forget. So the story deals with a lot. It deals with grief, loss, regret, abandonment, lost and missed opportunities, addiction, and how a once-loving family breaks and becomes estranged. The story is about how you think you know someone, really know someone, only to find out that you never really knew them at all, and how devastating that can be. The story is incredibly told, and you felt every emotion that the characters felt. You felt their loss, their regret, and their longing for the lives they might have lived had things in their lives gone a different way. The last thing that I liked were the twists and turns. When reading the book, you never knew exactly what direction the story was going to go in, as well as never knowing who was and wasn't telling the truth. Throughout the story, you would get these bits and pieces of information, never being fully sure, though, how exactly all these pieces fit in with one another. Then, towards the end of the story, a shocking turn of events takes place, revealing every major twist and turn, answering every question fully in the matter of a few moments. The way these twists and turns were revealed was done with such precision, and as far as twists and turns go, the ones in the story were amazingly done. So those are my thoughts on the book. Now for my star rating. I really like this thriller. The story is one about people who have been through an extraordinary amount and how because of that, they feel incredibly broken, as though they are beyond repair. They feel unfixable, unlovable. The notion of them ever getting a chance to start over and rebuild their lives is something that feels so impossibly far away and out of their reach. You can't help but feel empathy for the characters in the story because of all they've been through. There is definitely one character, though, who you don't feel that empathy for. If you read the book, you'll see what I mean. The story is one that will shock you, break your heart, and then give you hope that maybe, just maybe, a better tomorrow ahead is possible thanks to the love and support of others around you who care. With all that being said, my star rating for Home is Where the Bodies Are was 5 stars. So now for Is This a Book I would recommend reading? I would say if you're looking for a high-intense, pulse-racing, psychological, and suspense thriller to read that will take you on an emotional roller coaster, I would highly recommend Home is Where the Bodies Are by Jeneva Rose. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope they helped you discover a new book today along the way as well. And until next time, bye.